Anyway, so part of writing books, right? It's part of your legacy. It's something that you can leave back and give back to generations and generations to come, right? It's how you leave your print upon this earth. But that's not the only way. I think how you show up in life and how the type of conversation, the energy that you give off whenever you are crossing paths, because to be honest with you, yes, healing is a lifelong journey, right? And for those who believe in reincarnation and energy never dies, because that's what the science says, right? But beyond that, we see it in nature, right? How nature is always giving and transforming and becoming something greater, right? What was I saying? Impact, legacy, the energy that you give off, right? Okay, so that's why I think, for me, right, especially now, right, I try to, with my day, because we are co-creators. As you can see, the decisions that you make in your life impacts your life, right? But I'm also an optimistic person and a forward thinker, and so I have fixed my mind into always being able to identify the silver lining in things, even when there isn't. That's what makes me an alchemist, right? A true magician, right? An individual who takes life by the reins, right? The fact is that despite whatever circumstance or situation I am in, I am going to win. That's why my brand is called Embody. I embody strength through adversity, right? Because I believe, going back to the scriptures, right? Consider it pure joy when you experience, trials and hardships of many, because it's the testing of your faith. Pretty much, in a sense, what I've embodied is that it's only going to make me become more and more of who I am and reveal back to me who it is. It's putting me to the test. I'm an athlete. I've always been an athlete to begin with, right? So it's almost like structured in my brain pattern that difficulties are only going to make, and then in my DNA, the color of the skin that I am. And I'm not over here trying to brag and boast about, like, I want all these struggles and da-da. No, it's the mindset that I had to adopt. I had to adopt these things, right? And if you understand what I'm saying, what I'm really putting down, because I am, a spiritual being, and I understand we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I will have to make another video as to what I mean by that, right? Meaning you don't identify, some people do, right? So that's why some people, when something is taken away, their whole life crumbles, because they've identified with, that body or this body or whatever characteristics, right? Characteristic trait. See, I identify by the aspect that cannot be taken from me, right? That's why, that's why when you get to that point, right, you become death. And what I mean by that is, every day you understand the fragility, right, of life. And therefore you embody life itself. No, seriously, you embody life itself. And that's what it means to tap into divine energy, right? I mean, do you feel alive when you're going to your job? If not, then okay, what are you working towards, right? You have to have, in a sense, you may not know the plan. I mean, you think you have a plan. That's why I think it's so funny, right? My mind is going a million times, so many different places, because there's so many different topics I want to talk about just within this topic alone. And my mind is getting so many different topics at once. My mind is a wonderful place, and so is yours, right? And that's why I You know, I encourage you to, what's it called? Like, spend some time with yourself, because even boredom, right? What I've learned about boredom, like, which I don't like feeling bored, but even within boredom is one of the best places to be in, because from boredom is like, and that boredom and me linking it to likeness, right? That is its beauty. It's because it can be anything. It can either be nothing, but even kind of settling in that place of like, oh, I'm bored. That can even be a meditation, right? Because learning how to be disciplined with whatever state you are in. That's why shifting into boredom is a good thing, because from that, like I said, it's likeness, meaning the likeness can be anything. And that is where creator and creativity and creative energy is. But I know this was all over, and that's usually how I like to do my podcast. But I'm wearing this cool little hat, and there's always a reason for behavior. And I knew, but I wanted to give myself a shout out and a plug. But I will have to make another video. I'm going to make another video about this, because I don't think I'm supposed to talk about it right now. But anyway, so I will leave this video at that. Like I said, I'm also a philosopher at heart. Aren't we all? And I'm out.